You're listening to the Nobodies podcast. 1 year ago, in a pandemic-free world, these two nobodies were preparing for the wedding of two very real somebodies, Emily and Baker Mayfield. This week, Em and Baker joining us to revisit the most beautiful weekend to ever exist and to tell us how they've grown in their first year of marriage. They also went golfing earlier today, which involves some drinking before recording this, so buckle up. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Nobodies. Hi, Bryce.
Hi, I actually just belched not outwardly at you this time.
Anytime you belch in my presence, it is awkwardly at me. So, just so you know, I have a cup of coffee.
What's up with all the drinks?
I also have a bottle of water and
Hydrate.
an unopened White Claw.
I mean, I get that you're one of those people that can drink coffee at any time of the day and not have any trouble sleeping. But I mean, it actually gives me like heart palpitations, like caffeine palpitations, watching you drink that at this late in the day.
Well, it's also 2 hours earlier for me.
Oh,
So it's only 4:30.
I'm aware
Okay.
of that.
Also, this is the third day in a row that I felt like I needed to take a midday nap.
I don't know if that's good or bad because naps are great.
Listen, like the level of exhaustion I feel for absolutely no reason is I slept for 10 hours 2 nights ago. I slept for close to 10 hours last night. It's because it's all hormonal.
Oh.
And if I was not experiencing a massive hormonal shift at the moment, I would 100% think I was pregnant. But for those of you not following along, I am not.
Wait, I thought you were going to have a White Claw.
I'm going to have a White Claw. I'm saying I'm not pregnant for those not following along to what I was trying to say.
All right. So, well, how are you quarantining? I think since LA is like going back down into lockdown, we can continue this segment, by the way.
That's what I was going to say that. Like, we are fully back at a stay-at-home order, basically.
It's like, really doesn't make me want to come home.
Don't blame you. I am quarantining because Cycle has been open.
Yes.
And yesterday when I took class, I hit my all-time high for my stats.
And what was your max?
1,020.
That was a huge goal of yours, right?
I have been trying to pass 1,000 on max power for at least a year.
But Annie, think about that. And you haven't even been, it's not like you've been training even that long again, doing these classes. It hasn't been open that long.
No, I mean, granted, I had the bike during like the real stay-at-home order. So I was working out yesterday. Like after I hit the 1,020, I still had to ride a bit further and I like threw up in my mouth. I got real pukey.
That's the worst when you get like all hot, like hotter than not just sweat, and it's like.
Well, and when you're like scared to breathe out, like it got to the point where I was like struggling so hard to just get oxygen into my body. And I was worried if I breathed out too hard that I was like going to projectile vomit.
That's gotta be rough because honestly, it's hard to like, you're scared to breathe anyway.
Yeah, it was literally like this. I was like, like I'm so nervous.
Oh my God, that's like me. I did the Nordic track once, and that's what happened.
Is that
remember those things?
Treadmill?
Yeah, no, it's like a glider, a Nordic track where you're like, it's almost like you're snow skiing. This looks like I'm Tom Cruise running if you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah. I want to know how many people watch this on YouTube versus listening.
Tom Cruise karate chops the air when he runs. I've been watching a lot of Mission Impossible movies recently.
Well, don't you know that when you have your hands like that, you're more aerodynamic?
Really?
No. I'm just kidding.
God, well, I mean, don't get me excited like that.
I know, sorry. How are you quarantining?
I am quarantining. Well, I mean, again, it's not really a win. I mean, none of these for me are wins.
I mean, listen, there's very few wins in your life period, so.
I'm grateful to be home still, be with my family. It's been very great. But the thing, so what's happening in my parents' house there's just a lot going on. So we had this major thunderstorm last night. It was great, and it was like thundering and lightning. And I swear at one point there was like a sonic boom thunder that was so loud it rattled the house. I thought it was an earthquake.
I love those.
Then I remember I wasn't in California, so that couldn't be possible. But so last night my parents have like an alarm system, and it's so loud. Like, talk about like we've had bats, for people who've been listening. There've been bats in the house. Like, there's a lot going on with my parents' house. They need a lot of renovations and stuff. So but anyway, so I was sleeping. I sleep in the basement, and it's pretty open air. I should show you guys it, but it's pretty open. Like, it looks like almost like an apartment. But sleeping downstairs, and I was in a really deep sleep at this point, and I felt like I was hearing our alarm system go off, and it's like this. I mean, it's really loud. I don't know how you can sleep through it, but so I kind of woke up, and then I heard it stop, and I was like, okay, Bryce, you must just be like dreaming this, whatever, it must be part of your dream and everything. So then I'm kind of like waking up a little bit more, and I hear like footsteps upstairs. Well, knowing it was my dad. But at the time I was like, okay, wait a minute. Because this is exactly the same situation that happened with me and the bat. Because I thought I was dreaming that. And then I woke up and realized that there was a bat. So then I immediately like flew up. Oh, hey.
They can't hear you yet.
Oh, but I immediately flew up and like turned on all the lights. And so, well, before this, my dad opens the door. He opens the basement door and then shuts it right away. Thinking probably like, oh, Bryce is sleeping, no big deal or whatever. To me, I was like, there's a burglar in here. Like, there is no way that my dad would do that. So I'm like,
there's an intruder.
No, Annie. So then I'm like, Dad. I was like, it was so whimpery. It's like, Dad, are you there? So then I hear nothing, and I hear walking around or whatever, and so then I jump up, turn on the lights, like trying to look around, whatever. And finally my dad does come back to the door. He opens the door. I'm like, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? He's like, oh, our alarm went off. And I was like, oh, okay, no. So I wasn't dreaming that. And he's like, can you check the basement door? Well, I go over to this basement door. It's right here. It's a sliding door. It's like open this much. It's unlocked. And I'm just like, I'm so freaked out at this point. I was like, okay, there's somebody in our house. So then, Dad. So then I was like, oh! And mind you, I'm in only boxers. I'm wearing an eye mask that says "Eat a lot, sleep a lot" on it. I run upstairs, and I'm like, okay, what? So then I go upstairs and I announce myself to my parents. I'm like, hey, it's me. I just wanted to let you know it's me coming up the stairs. So then I am so supremely freaked out. And then I end up going to sleep in one of the upstairs bedrooms. So I'm so freaked out. I go, and it's thundering and lightning so loud. I just thought, okay, somebody's definitely in this house. And I'm like, then I kept thinking, all right, they're just waiting for us to turn the alarm back on. And then they're going to like attack us in the night. So it was just a very not restful sleep.
So after that, did you crawl into bed with your mom and dad?
I was so close to doing it. You have no idea.
I'm sure. That's amazing. I love your basement stories.
They're so scary.
They're so good.
I need to stop watching scary movies.
Yeah, step one. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why does their camera quality look better than
So
ours?
much better. It's dark in here. Also, ignore my
No,
hair.
it's not.
Showered.
Your camera quality looks fine.
Yeah. How was golf?
It's good.
Pretty much professional.
I heard you PR'd on the back nine.
Yeah, something, low 40s, 42.
Well,
What's PR?
don't get too cocky.
Oh, it'll humble me next time I play.
Yeah, 100. You're gonna slice every shot next time.
Can't find a green, can't find a fairway.
PR.
They're good ones or bad?
Yeah,
personal record, Bryce.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know lingo. I'm way older than you guys. Remember that.
It's not even like a golf term. That's just
No, it's just like general life things.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll get right on that. I'll start studying abbreviations.
That is true.
Yes, but
It's
start by
good
not saying
yeah.
abbreviations.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't say it breathes. Guys-
Okay, so we have a little bit of a time limit just with Zoom and things like that. So we're gonna jump right
I'm gonna
in.
get right to it.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, I planned half of this podcast and Bryce planned the other half. So
I got my clutches into it.
So it's
yes.
all over the place?
It is. I mean, everything's always all over the place, but this will be more so. I filled Bryson on a little bit of my plan, but he doesn't know the whole thing. So we'll jump right into my part.
I'm visibly sweating if you can't tell.
Yeah, he's already nervous.
You go all day today, so that's why I look like this.
You look
Emily,
fine.
You look beautiful, okay?
You've said two things so far on this podcast, and both have been to ignore your appearance.
Yeah, so just in case you forgot, just ignore what I look like.
At least you're not wearing a face mask like last time.
I was?
Remember you were in a face mask last time.
Yeah, when we were in Austin.
She has some memory loss issues right now.
Like I thought you meant like a COVID mask.
Oh,
like,
no. No.
I don't think you need to wear those in your house. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
I do have short memory loss.
So
Anyway.
for the listeners, we are quickly approaching your 1-year anniversary of your wedding on the 6th, correct?
Okay. Yep.
So this episode will come out obviously on the 3rd. So we wanted to kind of use this episode as a way to kind of reflect on your first year of marriage. So to start off, we're going to play a little bit of like a newlywed game.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
So I have 7 questions. The kicker that Bryce doesn't know is, so basically I'm going to ask the question and then you guys are going to respond for each other. Okay. So like Baker's going to answer Emily's. Okay. Also timeout. Just for the people that are living under a rock, Emily is my sister and Baker is my brother-in-law. We didn't even introduce you guys.
I had that in the intro.
Okay. Yeah, true. But just in case. So Bake's going to answer what he believes M's answer would be, and M's going to answer what Bake's answer would be. The kicker here is that Bryce and I are going to answer for each other also.
Yes. A happy couple.
Yes. So.
Oh my God. Annie's wanted to do this for a long time.
Okay. So the first question is, what is their Starbucks order?
Who goes first?
Emily, you answer for Baker.
Yeah. So Em, you go first.
Cold brew, 2 shots, venti. Venti, cold brew, add 2 shots.
2 shots of what?
Espresso.
Good question.
Am I right?
Yeah. And she does a venti cold brew splash of almond milk.
Good job. I actually knew that about both of you also, because I'm sister-in-law of the century. Bryce's is just a venti cold brew, and then he refills that cup twice with his own coffee concentrate.
From like Maxwell House. It's the worst ever. Do not endorse me, Maxwell House. Folgers, I could get on board with. Annie's is you're either a venti or a grande cold brew. Usually when I've gone with you, venti or grande cold brew with almond milk.
Yes, or I do a quad latte.
Oh, quad latte, or you do the pumpkin spice when it's available.
Yes, not the
soy milk.
I can't do soy. You know what I've realized? It's the soy that was fucking up my skin, not gluten.
Really?
When I don't like soy,
Loser.
I don't like soy steamed. Soy milk, like in lattes, tastes weird. You gotta go almond.
Wait, what is a quad latte while we're at this?
4 shots.
Yeah.
4 shots of espresso.
That's too much.
Coming from you, who has 3 large fingers.
Exactly. Seriously.
What a hypocrite. I'm so hypocritical.
Yeah. Still cold brew.
Okay, what would their last meal be?
Cheese. Queso.
Cheese? Oh.
Chips and queso or mac and cheese. Margarita.
I feel judged.
It needs cheese. But for sure, chips and queso.
Very gassy. Very gassy.
Yeah, no doubt about that part.
Yeah.
No, hers would definitely be a New York style pizza, light cheese, like some probably chicken and jalapenos, extra sauce.
Yep.
So
Wow.
Nice.
And probably for her last meal, to top that off, some sort of IPA.
Yeah,
Wow.
accurate.
He knows.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Bryce would be very conflicted for his last meal because he would be very torn between like lentils topped with broccoli slaw and ground turkey.
Wait, are you serious?
That's what his like that's what
This is
his
what my
inner
conflict would be.
that's what like
I'm
his
so
inner
conflicted.
psychopath would be telling him to do.
Because
But
in
what
death,
he-
I'd still like to be thin.
Exactly. But what he would actually end up getting is I think he would get Runza and Godfather's Pizza
Oh, yes.
and eat them both. And then he would ask for Dove chocolates, an entire bag of them, and he would request to eat them over the trash can.
That's pretty damn good.
Wow.
Mary, why do I feel like you would eat like a steak and potatoes?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I want like a gallon of buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Annie's has to be mac and cheese also.
Yeah.
Why do I
mac
feel
and
like
cheese
steak?
for
Maybe
sure.
we talked about that. I don't know.
Wait, why Dove chocolate over the trash can?
I know. I was like, there has to be a story there.
Well, it has to. Okay. The thing is that you have to. They're in the little tin foil thing. So in order for me not to get them everywhere, which is like if you walk into my apartment on a Sunday, that's like they're just littered everywhere. So I have to eat them over the trash can. Also, good if you eat them over the trash can, then it's harder. I guess I don't know if it's harder, but I would go back. I won't go back for more if I'm standing over the trash can because I'm like, you're a fat piece of shit. Like
He also thinks that it will like allow him to hide the evidence so that
Yeah.
he doesn't have to confront the fact that he ate a 10
That is
chocolate.
true.
I was gonna say-
This is why I like living with a roommate because I would not have to deal. They would call me out on shit. Whereas now I'm just by myself, so I'm like calling myself out.
I
Constantly.
respect that.
You want to know what my trick is for that? I will grab a handful of Dove chocolate, and when I get done with it, like the first one, I will roll the ball as tight as I can into a tiny little foil ball, and then I'll continue to wrap the wrappers around each other. So then at the end, even if I've had 20, there's just one tinfoil ball right this big.
A basketball.
Basketball.
A basketball. Don't tempt me with a good time.
No.
Okay, question number 3. What reason or what would they do to end up in jail?
Annie, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now I can.
Okay. What would be the reason that they would end up in jail?
Go ahead.
Poor driving.
What? Baker Reagan. That is so rude. I'm a really good driver, actually. That is, of all things, I would just make more fun than that.
No, you definitely were like a little demon when you were younger. Now it would definitely be driving.
That is
Baker,
so
I can tell Bake's looking to me to be like, yo, back me up.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
What would
I
she be
saw
doing
everyone
driving? Like,
remember-
would it be reckless driving or speeding or reckless driving?
Reckless driving for sure.
I've
not
never
as much-
gotten a ticket, first of all. I've sweet talked my way out of every speeding ticket, which is like 3. I've never gotten an accident. So you can take that comment. And,
She's not a great driver.
well, Baker apparently, this is a touchy subject. I'd
What?
say,
I've already been in jail.
I know. I was gonna say,
Prison
but-
changed me.
Trust me, I thought about that writing this question, and I was like, no, I'm still going to do it.
Who cares?
No, I think
came out
Baker
stronger.
it'd be public intoxication, and when he runs from cops, he literally moves in slow-mo, so he would for sure get caught.
I've already done that. Get
I know.
another answer.
But it's not like you do illegal stuff. You just like to have a good time. So like if you and Matt are having too much fun, I'll say.
Oh, Baker would 100% get arrested for running his mouth about some shit that he has no business running his mouth about.
1,000%.
First
And he's
of all,
so
what
passionate.
business would I not have
You
running?
gotta
my-
juke him, Bake. Come on.
I'm a Renaissance man.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Stroking his own ego.
I'm with you.
I would agree on the running my mouth. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But only when you're drinking. Like you have a good head.
Yeah.
There's judgment wise when you're sober, but when you're in your 7th margarita. is when it starts.
Anything past 6, it's all downhill.
All down.
It is. That's a good general rule of thumb.
Yes.
Annie, what do you drink? Oh, those are your
87 drinks that she has.
I have 3 full drinks in front of me.
Yes. She's showing us the
nobody.
Yetis that Emily got us, that Emily and Bake got us.
Yeah.
Those are so awesome. They say that nobody's spot on them.
Microphone.
Okay, Bryce would be arrested because he would get very intoxicated. He would try to find a bird scooter to ride to Subway to get his 2 Subway wrap special. Subway would be closed because of the stay-at-home order.
Hey, I go to the 24-hour Subways.
Those are also closed during the stay-at-home order. And you would be upset, which would turn your bird scooter into a weapon for looting.
That's pretty good. Also, but then I would also public urination would have to.
Yeah, that's a given.
As well.
That's what I would guess for Bryce.
Would he finish making his own sandwich?
100%, but it would not.
I would go behind the counter actually, and I would just pay myself.
Yeah, but instead of making a sandwich, he would wind up making fried rice.
Yes, but from scratch. So that's pretty impressive.
That is
Annie would have to. It would just be. I don't know what exactly you would do, but it would be taking your earrings out after drinking whiskey.
Handing them to somebody.
It's like very delicately handing them to somebody and just like breaking somebody's face.
I like how mine's the only one that would be violent.
It'd be like
that
someone
we all
talking,
completely agree on.
It'd be someone talking smack to one of your siblings.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, somebody's trash talking.
Oh, yeah. Someone just looks the wrong direction at one of us and I snap.
Yep. Completely lose it.
And whiskey has to be involved, though.
Yeah. Well, and let's be honest, it would 100% just be someone not liking the way Sam's face looked.
Yeah.
And we would all get in a bar fight. And ultimately, that's why we would all be arrested.
That's true.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds very familiar because
God.
That sounds very familiar.
Okay, who is their celebrity crush?
You want to go first? We share one.
Oh, you share one?
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would say.
Well, first of all, what was that face?
Because I have like a little bit of a weird thing with Emily liking Blake Lively as her crush because she looks a lot like her. And
Very
yeah.
Looking at yourself. You're like, God damn, I'm attractive.
I absolutely love her. You love Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah.
You guys could swing with them.
Yeah. Why don't you guys just trade off?
We also both love Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, she's up there.
Okay, Emily, do you have a man or?
No, she doesn't.
Do I? I have.
I hope this gets picked up as national news.
Oh my gosh. Do I have a guy?
Breaking news: Baker and Emily Mayfield have the same celebrity crushes.
Who's my guy one? You know this.
Oh.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
yeah.
See, I wasn't
Barker.
thinking music. Yeah, it's definitely Travis Barker.
Yeah, I was like, okay, he's gotta know this.
No, without a doubt. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Usually I talk about my girl crushes, so.
Yeah.
Fair.
Those are better anyway.
They're way better, I know.
Travis is definitely in the top 3 of those people she named.
Oh yeah.
He's just the only man.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Bryce, do you know mine?
I would say.
I do.
I would say Kevin Gates.
Excellent choice.
Who's that?
T.O. Yours is definitely T.O.
No. Oh my God.
T.O. Yes, T.O.
We have talked about this on this podcast so many times.
He's like, Baker's like referenced your T.O. crush multiple times since you met him.
Well, so you did meet him, right?
Yeah, at Sports Spectacular 2018.
One of the more awkward moments ever.
It was, if not the most awkward, because just recalling it in my brain, I'm sweating.
I love that. I can just see Annie's face too. Just like,
Well, because we saw him walk in, Annie was like, "Oh my God, there's T.O."
And
so,
T said something
and
too.
T was like, "Annie loves T.O."
Which
So
Baker
looked at me though and goes, "Watch this." And so I was like, "Oh my God!" And so he walked right up to her.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Yes.
Hold my beer.
My sister-in-law loves you. Can you come meet her? And I thought Annie was going to die.
No, because okay, wait, but remember when he first walked in, I very silently just said to T, "Oh, look, there's T.O." It wasn't like, "Oh my God, holy shit, it's T.O." It was literally like,
that's how I've heard the story. That's how I've heard the story.
I know, yeah. And then Baker or T said whatever to Baker and was like, "Yeah, Annie really likes T.O." Which again, still don't know where he like thinks I'm in love with him, but Baker was like, "Oh my God, Annie, did you see T.O. just walked in?" And I was like, "Yo, like, shut up." And they kept doing it, and I was so embarrassed. So then we were sitting at dinner. We had been seated for dinner at this event, and Baker gets up and goes and says, my future sister-in-law is your biggest fan. Do you mind taking a picture? And I was like, oh my, but I have posted that picture.
And I love in the picture, you're not even standing next to T.O.
No, but isn't Baker in between us?
Yes, Baker standing next to T.O.
Because I was standing.
Such a ruse. That's such a ruse, Baker.
No. Hold on. I was standing next to T.O. It was me, T, and T.O. I was in the middle. And T.O. goes, "Hey, man, you want to jump in this?" And Baker goes, "Yeah." And he scoots in between T.O. and I. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is actually.
I think it was that he got weird vibes from you. And
yeah.
Separation.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I pinched his butt. I'm kidding. No, I didn't.
This was a whole scheme for Baker to get a picture with T.O.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's his real man.
I just wanted him to cry one time and say that.
Now we know who Baker's celebrity crush is.
Real true. Wait, was I right, Annie?
No, Kevin Gates isn't really he's like my music crush just because I love his music. But Emily, do you know?
Yeah. Hold on. No.
Usher was the first man I ever loved.
That's right. I did know that.
No, it's oh, I'm blanking on his name. He's got dreads and he's got the raspy voice.
Yep.
Wait.
Come on.
Is he a singer?
Yeah, Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah, it's 2 words.
Ty Dolla.
Ty Dolla Sign.
Oh, Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah. The first time I ever showed Emily, I was like, "This is my celebrity crush," and she goes, "Cool, he's an uglier version of T."
Yeah.
Like,
he's an older, less attractive version of T.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the combination of the voice.
Have a type.
I definitely have a type. Bryce's celebrity crush is any woman with boobs.
Blonde woman with boobs.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say. I mean, it's so obvious. Mine.
Don't tell. I know who it actually is. It's Jennifer Aniston.
Oh,
for sure. He also really loves Courtney Cox, and he's currently on a Kylie Jenner kick.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Annie to set me up with Kylie Jenner because
how's that going?
Not great. I just think I could be her house manager. I'm my parents' house manager while I'm in Nebraska. Like I could just work for her.
How long are you staying there, by the way? I feel like you've been there for quite some time.
A long time.
Yeah.
I've literally been there for 2 months.
I've been here since Memorial Day, and you can tell the time moves slow.
Well, the picture you sent me, I was absolutely dying.
The picture that looked like me?
And the one of you that you took on your self-timer.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh,
that
God.
was hilarious. That was amazing. If you guys didn't see that on my Instagram, I posted a picture, and Emily, it was clearly on a self-timer, and it was a shirtless photo, which makes it so much better. And Emily was like, "Who took this photo?" And I was like, "My timer." And you're like, "That makes it so much better."
Yes.
I believe my response to you posting that was, "Oh no."
Oh no. Or oh God. Oh God, no, maybe actually.
Yeah. Something like, "Hey, you obviously did not consult me first before posting this." Okay, who gets the worst hangovers?
It's not even a question.
Me.
This old woman.
Yeah, it's bad. He had one this week though, and I was like, it was like kind of a victory for me. Because
Really?
he never gets hungover.
Okay, so these stupid water bottles she got me on, they monitor your hydration. So now I'm like in my own head about how much water I drink because I used to be so bad. And
Today you're
so now I'm in
setting a record.
like a really good routine. And so I drank this past weekend and didn't have like nearly as much water as I had the 2 weeks prior. And I all of a sudden felt like absolute garbage. And I'm like, this is what you did to me. You got this water bottle so I would feel your pain.
Because I think that's my problem. I drink such an abnormal amount of water every day. And then when I drink and I get a little tiny bit dehydrated, it's like the end of the world. It's awful.
That has to be it.
It has to. Like my head.
I've never seen anyone get more hungover than Emily. Ever.
It's awful.
It's miserable to be around.
First of all,
the
do you want to make it to our first anniversary?
No.
This is your anniversary episode.
Yeah.
Well,
do you
it's
want to
not
make
our
it
anniversary
to
right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's awful.
Emily, you do get really hungover.
I feel like Bryce gets more hungover than Annie.
Yes.
But like
sure.
Annie,
that's because I don't know how to stop drinking.
Same. The only time that Annie really gets hungover is when she day drinks, like for NAD, National Annie Day. And she gets really drunk early, and then she goes home early, and then she gets hungover at like 8. And so she sits down and cries.
That was, okay, first of all, scary accurate. I need to stop talking to people about that. No, that's the last time that I was like super, super hungover. I think I drank 42 mimosas at brunch. I was
hangovers are brutal.
I was completely blacked out by like 1 p.m. T had to come pick me up. He brought me home and put me to bed at 5 p.m.
Did you just puke a little bit in your mouth?
I was gonna say too hot.
Yep.
I did remembering this. I woke up at 8 p.m. It was still light outside.
Oh, that's
and I crawled to my bathroom and started puking, and then I just laid on the floor of my shower and cried.
That's so sad.
I crawled. Oh my God, that was the worst.
Yes, you were texting us siblings being like, we were like getting ready to go out.
And I have and it was weird because it was champagne. So I kind of had like acid reflux. And then as I was throwing up, I got like the worst chest pain, like right here, and thought I was having a heart attack. I had to like lay on, which I later realized was just gas from trying to like inhale air as I was puking. So I was swallowing a bunch of air. So for future reference, to get rid of a pain like that, you need to lay on your left side with your arm above your head and pull your knees into your chest, and it will relieve that pain.
That literally doesn't happen to anyone but you.
It was so awful. It was so awful.
Hey, what's the Wilkinson Crest motto? If you can't drink all day if you don't
start in the morning.
So
true.
This is very true.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I think overall Bryce has more hangovers than I
have more hangovers, but maybe the magnitude, the severity of the hangover, depending on what you do. But Annie knows how to stop drinking. Like, I'll drive home.
I know.
That's so annoying when somebody actually.
So annoying.
No, zero self-control over here in the Mayfield house.
None.
What?
Yeah.
What?
One of the worst qualities in somebody is when they actually know how to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to tell you all about your worst qualities?
Please don't. We could be here forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zoom call is not going to be.
Start with me. We'll be here forever.
I can go through them.
Okay, this is one of my favorite questions. If they were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, who would their phone a friend be?
But it can't be the other.
Like, no, you can't be like you. Also, Emily is definitely not Baker's phone a friend.
You guys.
What? No, I love you, but you're not my phone a friend.
But I'm brilliant.
Yeah, in your own ways. No, she's very smart, but she's not like the greatest at trivia.
I'm terrible at trivia. I mean, that's
right.
Who would mine?
No, you have to guess mine.
Oh, I do. You'd call your dad for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say Annie you would call your dad too.
Yeah,
He
100%.
looks like oozing with extra knowledge.
Literally,
like,
he knows everything and like random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dad knows everything I've ever asked him. He's known the answer to like this. Like he doesn't even have to look it up.
See, but honestly, like with you, Baker's really good at random facts and like trivia and stuff. So I'm trying to think of who you would even.
No, but there's a lot of stuff, because I'm just so young and, in my prime right now that stuff happened before I was born and I don't know.
But like you're good at trivia. I don't know. I think you would call maybe your mom or Matt. Maybe Matt.
I was gonna guess Matt, your brother.
I was gonna guess me.
I actually was gonna guess Annie too.
Well, I was gonna say, depending on the question, if it'd be you or dad, I would call.
It would depend on the question for me.
Yeah.
I think the safest bet, though, I mean, if it's your dad would be a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you
that's who I would call.
Yeah.
Not me.
I feel like Bryce would either call his dad or Jack.
Good. I would probably call my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't not call my brother, but I would definitely call my dad for the same reason, probably just because they're probably depending on the question. If you're not dependent on the question, then like dads know the most.
Yeah, 100%.
The
Oh,
world.
geez. Okay, we have 10 minutes
okay.
left. Okay, last question. What is? We should have done this on yours. That's okay though. What is the biggest thing you've learned about the other in your first year of marriage?
I'll give you our trick to a happy marriage.
Yes, tell us that.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
What, our 2020 motto?
Oh, that too. No, the key to a happy marriage is sleep with 2 comforters. One for me and
fully,
one.
Wow.
Fully agree with that. That's
I'll know if she's trying to start a fight if she tucks in the sheets on my side of the bed.
Yeah. So like, just know
if you try
how
and trap my feet in that bed, we're gonna fight.
Like it makes him actually lose his shit.
Is she tucking you in at this point? Like, is she tucking you in and saying like, okay, good night?
A key to a happy marriage: tuck your spouse in so they cannot touch you.
No. But seriously, if he's irritating me, I tuck in. He's learned this. I'll tuck his sheet, the top sheet, into like under the mattress, and he'll get in bed and yell at me.
Okay, so the only thing that Bake has learned about Emily in this first year of marriage is that she's a sociopath.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she's the one thing I've learned about her is like the key to her happiness. It's not any materialistic thing. It's literally cleaning up, and that goes a long way.
And lighting a candle.
Yes, but she normally has it already lit. So.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
think I've ever had the opportunity, actually.
He's
you'll never light a candle again.
Yeah. No, he's definitely picked up on the fact that like if I'm grumpy, like cleanliness and my obsessive side of me, I guess, can definitely delegate what my mood is. Like I was grumpy yesterday and it was because the house is a mess. And as soon as I cleaned it, I was fine. But it's like there's just certain things that I can't shake.
A pizza, a glass of wine, a candle, and cleanliness goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
And one thing I've learned about Bake is that he is not good at sitting still. Downtime is not his thing.
No.
Unless a game controller is in his hands.
Exactly. But like he has to have his brain going and like so instead of like sitting and like reading a book, like he'll immediately game or he'll immediately go do something.
Like even while we're doing this, I'm playing with a good thing.
Strengthening his So I didn't realize that until soon.
The thing that I've realized most about Bryce in our almost
first year of podcasting,
yes, is that I just have to tell him that I don't care. Because otherwise he will ask me the same question 7,000 times until he gets an answer. So when he asks me
completely irrelevant. The questions are not even like, it's like, do you want to record this week? It's like, yeah, I do. Like they're not.
Yes. Or he'll be like, what do you want to talk about? And I'll be like, I don't care. And he's like, okay, great. But if I'm like, well, how about this? He's like, well, no, I mean, like, what about this instead? I'm just like, don't care, plan it. We're good.
You just do it. The one thing that I've learned, one of the many things I've learned about Annie that I was most surprised about in our almost first year of podcasting is that she hates tomatoes.
Hate
them. And
who hates tomatoes?
Yeah, wait, that's first sign of a sociopath is hating tomatoes.
The best part is that,
First
like,
of all, no, it's not. It's not sitting still.
Yeah. No, years ago, when Annie was like complaining that mom had put chunks of tomatoes in one of her recipes, mom was so irritated. And she looked at Annie and goes, Annie, there are going to be a lot of things in life that make you wish you liked tomatoes. And we all lost it.
Even Dad was like, oh, will there be?
Yeah. Everyone told me.
Like, oh, you do.
You do.
Oh, you do.
Okay, we have another segment that we want to get to, but let's sign off and we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back so that we don't run out of time.
Do you want me to send it?
No, because we only have one more segment left anyway. Yeah. So we will be right back. Okay, we're back.
All right, we're back. Okay,
well.
Yes, thanks, Baker. No, I just wanted to say that to talk about your guys' wedding, that was obviously one of the most fun experiences ever. I mean, what was your most vivid, like, moment? Do you guys remember that sticks out to you from that day?
I think I loved the ceremony. I just thought our ceremony was like I thought Adam was amazing and it was such a pretty place and everything.
So the favorite part of your wedding was when you actually got married?
No, but I was going to say, like, the most fun part for me was our entrance and when everybody danced right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
And like our first dances.
That would probably be the most memorable part, was like when we went in there and it was so out of the ordinary for weddings. Like there wasn't, you don't sit down, eat first, then do dances. We went in there and it was a straight up party.
Yeah.
And
you were like sweaty and it was amazing.
And then Sammy surprised us with a song.
It was like all things
sweaty and amazing.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah. It's like a club. I mean, I don't remember much about that evening. I do remember 3 things. One, I specifically told the videographer, maybe not, I don't know, maybe it was the main one, which makes it even more embarrassing, but I specifically told the videographer to be sure to capture your siblings and your mom when you were dancing with your dad to Drops of Jupiter by Train. Like as if I'm like Steven fucking Spielberg over here. He's like, yeah, I know. I'll go.
These are the moments you don't want to miss.
Yeah. I was like, you better capture this. It's going to be
I loved dancing with Dad because he was so nervous.
Yeah.
And like, I told him before, I was like, don't spin me because like, I don't want to trip on my dress. Like, we'll just keep it real simple. And then we started dancing and we had everybody around us and I was like, just spinning myself like in Dad's hand. It was so much fun. And he loosened up and like, and then you and your mom, that was just
the
fun.
thing about dancing with my mom is like whatever you do, she will somehow like try and copy.
She mimics it.
Like a couple seconds later, she's doing the same thing and her face is
like yes.
That's so true.
That is awesome.
But she's just there to have a good time.
She loves to dance.
That is hilarious that she just copies.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Wait, yeah. Bryce, what are the other 2 things you remember?
The other two thing that I was hounding the DJ at the after party to play Timber by Pitbull featuring Kesha for some reason. Like so many times.
For some reason, that's your go-to.
I know, not for some reason, but that was very, very important to me. I was like, are we going to play Timber yet? I'd go up to him, but I'd be like, I wasn't mean about it. I was actually like the opposite, even more annoying, and was like really excited. Like, when is Timber coming on? He's sort of like, stop talking to me.
He's like, never, because that song was 12 years ago.
Yeah. And then the final thing is what I ended up in a hotel room with several other people, and I had 2 of your bridesmaids who will remain nameless sitting in between my lap on a bed, and it was one of my most shining accomplishments to date.
The fact that you were just in the presence of 2 beautiful women.
Yeah, just
and they were sitting in between his legs.
Yeah, like I had my legs like spread way out, and they were both sitting like on the bed.
First of all, how flexible are you?
And also, don't ever do that again.
Girls. They're very small girls.
That is incredible. And I know that was a highlight. And that was the end of the night. So the fact that you actually remember
Yes.
it.
Oh yeah. That is something that no matter how drunk I was gonna
People don't forget.
People don't forget.
Okay, so the last segment, that's what I just wanted to mention that since we were at the wedding. But you guys obviously know that from this podcast that I love puns. So while this is your wedding anniversary, we all know it's really the anniversary.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Look at Baker's face.
He was so disappointed.
He's so pissed.
Oh my God.
Because it's the anniversary of Annie's Maid of Honor speech that we constantly love to talk about. So I want to know, I just want
One
to
that
see,
was like a normal length.
yeah.
So much.
So I just want to know how much you guys do. I want to see how much you guys do remember from the most epic Maid of Honor speech, probably ever. So, the first I just have a few questions for you, so bear with me. It's not very long, but do you guys know? So the first question is, how long had Annie been working on her speech?
We literally got engaged on June 30th, and she texted me on July 1st and said, "Oh my God, I woke up from the worst nightmare ever. It was your wedding day, and I didn't write my speech, so I'm going to start it today." I was like,
You know what's really crazy? I reposted like the engagement post from you guys getting engaged. And the caption of that was, "We gained a brother today. I'll start writing my speech tomorrow." And I literally did that.
Because you had a nightmare about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really on your mind.
Wait.
So that's actually, we're recording this on July 1st. So that was literally a year ago today that you said that, Annie.
No,
But
2 years ago.
Or 2 years ago, I'm sorry.
When did we leave for Hawaii?
The 3rd.
Yeah,
The
we
third?
left the 3rd.
Okay.
Or
Not
the
the
2nd
second.
even.
The second.
Maybe the 2nd.
Yeah, I think we were there the 2nd to the 7th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, you guys have had some fun first weeks of July the last 2 years.
Facts.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not the same. Anyway,
We had
okay, so
Block COVID.
yeah, fuck this. Okay, so Emily, do you recall what was Annie and Baker's first exchange upon meeting each other at Hooters before a Clippers game? Annie referenced this in her speech.
Annie said, "I'm not going to like you." And he said, "Challenge accepted."
Is that correct, Annie?
That is correct. It is
And
still-
Annie was like,
Hooters.
"Damn it, I'm gonna like him."
yeah, because that's exactly what I would.
Damn, that's what I would have said. Yeah, I think you said that out loud.
Yeah, I said to him, "Damn, that's exactly what I would have said."
Yep.
Okay.
So fucking irritating.
And then we got her captured by the paparazzi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the TMZ photos.
The
Yeah,
notorious.
God, I should have actually from that moment on realized that life with you would be hell.
You met him literally hours before you were first put on TMZ.
I met him hours before the worst moment of my life.
That's so dramatic.
Oh my God.
Okay, Baker, which celebrity did Annie inadvertently compare you to when she realized your relationship with her sister was moving fast? Do you remember? She referenced this in her speech. She compared you to someone because who also this couple also got engaged after 2 or 3 months of dating. Emily, you can help him if you can't remember.
Chris and Bruce Jenner, and then she said,
damn
"And
it.
Bruce is now a girl."
Yes. Oh.
Annie, were you just trying to say like don't move too fast, or that was the?
Yes. No,
Well,
I remember that now.
I believe the way that I phrased it was, Chris and Bruce Jenner also got married after 5 months, and now he's a woman.
Yes. Well, that was exactly how you phrased
And
it.
everyone lost it.
And Bruce is now a woman.
Yeah.
And that's exactly
that was the one part of my speech
You were nervous about.
that I got a little bit nervous about, because you never know how a Caitlyn Jenner joke is gonna land.
but it's hilarious, and that was tasteful.
And also, everyone, there was it was basically a standing ovation. You got a round of applause.
Yeah, true.
People loved it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Annie, I would like you to please get your speech out because I would like you.
I think she probably still has it fair enough.
No, she does. She sent it to me.
Yeah, I have it in my notes still.
Annie mentioned in her speech that during the year plus that she was writing it, she came across an article by an elderly woman who discussed the keys to a long, happy marriage. She said the trick is to always remember that you like because and you love despite. Now I want you guys to fill in the blanks here. She mentions like several different things for each of you, so you can, if you can just remember one of them.
Yeah.
That's great.
You what?
So I'm going to have Annie read the like because, and you'll have to fill in the love despite. So Annie, Can you start with Emily, please?
Okay. Emily, always remember that you like Baker because of his generosity, sense of humor, fierce loyalty to the people he cares about, and the fact that he doesn't eat some of his favorite shellfish just so he won't kill you. But also remember to love him.
Wait.
I'm not going to say it. I'm just giving her the. I'm giving her the.
Damn, I was scared there.
Oh, can I say that part?
What?
Remember to love him despite.
Yeah. You can say that part.
Okay.
So Emily, do you remember any of the reasons why or what you needed to love to despite Baker for?
I'm trying to. I remembered all the like because love despite.
Annie, can you give any hints?
We've mentioned one of these things today.
Do you remember? I remember all the like because.
This is so specific.
I know.
Bryce, what the hell?
Okay.
I really remembered the shellfish, so you don't you like him because he won't eat shellfish. Whatever.
One of them is a mythical creature.
Sasquatch. And he's real.
Annie, why don't you go ahead and read it? Go ahead and read the love despite.
But also remember to love him despite the fact that he has a second job playing video games.
Yep.
That's right.
His deep-seated belief that Bigfoot is real. And the fact that he's a Mike Tyson level biter after too many cocktails.
Yes. Okay, I remember now.
Nailed it.
Okay, Annie, go ahead.
Baker, remember to like Emily because of the way she takes care of you and the fact that she shows up when you need her and sometimes even when you think you don't, and she sticks around. And to love her despite.
She ruins my shellfish meals.
No, I'm trying to remember.
This is what I wrote, not you.
There was something about I know there was something about candles in there.
Yes, ding 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 ding.
But I'm trying to remember. I mean, I'm perfect, so there's not a lot of despites.
I don't know if it was
right.
Yeah, one of them is kind of a backhand to Baker. The last one is a backhand to Baker.
About basketball or track?
No, that was in Matt's toast.
Damn it!
But it is something about about a competition.
I'll read it.
Yeah, man, horse and high heels.
And to love her despite the fact that she may burn your house down with the 50 candles she buys before any of the essentials.
Yeah.
The way she holds her sneezes in so tightly that her head might pop off. The fact that she can't keep her eyes open past the opening credits of a movie.
Oh.
And the fact that she will undoubtedly beat you in every beer shotgunning contest you'll ever have for the rest of your life.
Woo!
Which is just completely false.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? You can beat me in margarita drinking.
And drinking.
Not shotgunning.
Tequila drinking.
I'll send a video on the 4th of us
not water drinking.
And I'll beat you.
Yes. Please do. We'll post it on the podcast Instagram.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, that is very accurate.
Yeah.
In the movie thing still gets me.
He used
that still happen?
Kind of cute that I wouldn't stay awake, and now he's like, okay, open your eyes. Like, stop falling asleep.
I want to discuss this.
That's what 1 year of marriage does to you.
It's
Literally.
like, and then she's like, why don't we ever watch shows together? I'm like, because you want to know why? You fall asleep. I watch 5 episodes ahead, and then you try and catch up, and you never do.
And you never do.
It's true.
And then guess what? I lose interest because I started watching this show because of you in the first place.
Now he's like, he just adores me.
So wait, did you guys get anything? That was all my game, but did you guys get anything? Did you guys get the traditional gift of 1-year marriage for each
No.
other?
We had talked, I mean, we got a house and a boat. So
That's pretty good.
we had talked about it and said no gifts.
That's
She's in
nice.
for a rude awakening.
Someone
I was
mentioned.
gonna say, like last time you guys said no gifts, I'm pretty sure you both got diamond tennis bracelets.
No. Well, yeah, we did actually. We'll rock
You
them.
shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Well, somebody. I was looking.
Listen,
online-
if you guys could not get me a gift for your anniversary, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I could use a 4th of July floaty or something.
Yeah. I'm fine with your not giving tennis bracelets as gifts. So if you wanted,
Tennis.
there's got to
bracelet.
be like a National Sister Day.
Probably in there.
There's
I
a
got you guys
National
your
Annie
Nobody's
Day.
pod.
Yes, that was.
That's
a great
true. That was
gift.
really that was a
Thank
just
you.
because.
Show that
and was
again,
nice.
Annie.
That should
Yeah.
get me through the next year.
Definitely.
That's true.
Well, you guys
Um,
have an anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Thanks for entertaining all of us a year ago.
Yeah, that was such
I
a
think
blast.
we need to renew our vows next year.
Definitely, especially after COVID. I mean, we need
That's
somebody to look
true.
forward to.
Don't you
After
think? I
COVID,
think
it's not a bad idea.
We'll throw a big party at our house here.
There you go. I'm here for it.
Yes.
Which
Renew our
should be
vows.
done by 2031.
Perfect. Can't wait.
You in 10 years to 11 years.
Yeah.
Okay, well tell everyone where they can find you guys.
As if they need to know.
Exactly. Actually,
Like at
maybe
this current
just
moment?
You can find Baker Gaming somewhere.
no
I don't know
on
where.
like
On Twitch?
social media.
Are
if
you
people
on
wanna
Twitch,
follow you.
Baker? Are you on Twitch gaming?
Sometimes.
No, and I keep telling him, I'm like, if you're gonna spend this much time gaming, set up Twitch, link it to my bank account, and then I won't give you such a hard time about gaming so often. But you
Link
haven't.
it to
Yeah,
my bank.
Baker, I know Emily's banking info by heart, so just I'll text it to you.
Link it to my banking info.
I was gonna say Annie's about to give hers.
The most mischievous little look.
I know. My Instagram is Emily W Mayfield, and I think my Twitter is too.
You guys do tweet. You're not like Annie.
I don't tweet.
Yeah,
I
you do.
never tweet.
Mine are both at Baker Mayfield.
Thank you.
Perfect. Also, make sure you are following at Nobody's Pod, at Annie_Wilk, at Bryce Advice. The same on TikTok. Twitter is at Nobody's the Pod. Personals are the same. You can also email us at noexpertallopinion@gmail.com.
Thanks, guys.
When's y'all's 1 year anniversary for the podcast?
Not till October.
October 4th.
Wow.
Are you guys gonna come back for that?
I think we might have to. He'll
Yeah,
skip
for
his game.
sure.
Good. We'll get a Zoom.
Yeah, it's actually the same day as the Cowboys game.
Is it really?
Yeah, and I know that because I will ironically be in Texas the week before, so I think I'll just stay.
Why, ironically?
Yes.
Because it'll be like
because the Cowboys.
No, because it's like for a completely unrelated reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. We hope Emily and Baker have an amazing anniversary, and also we hope you guys have an amazing weekend.
and more importantly, a mediocre week. Thanks, guys.